Oh, I've just been speaking for ages and I've just realised I wasn't actually recording. I've been up since 7 o'clock. I don't get up at 7 o'clock, that's not when I get up. I get up usually around 9 o'clock, so it's only 2 hours difference. But because my boyfriend was getting up for work at 7 and I was awake, I was like, I might as well just get up and see where life takes me today. Got up, sat on the sofa, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting back to sleep. Had 2 coffees, had a bowl of cereal, watched some YouTube, and straightened my hair, and I was like, well, better make a video then. So if I seem like kind of spaced out and tired, it's because I'm not used to this hour. I think it's like 10:30 and I'm already ready for the day. What the hell am I going to do with the rest of my day? I have no idea. But anyway, hello. I'm doing a Q&A today. I've never done a Q&A on my channel. It's something I've wanted to do since I started YouTube, I think, which was like a million years ago. I've always kind of felt like Q&As are something that big YouTubers do who have massive audiences and have loads of people asking them questions all the time. But I did ask for questions on Instagram and I got quite a few, so I thought I would answer them in a video. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can write down below any questions you have. I might do another Q&A or I can just answer them in the comments. I don't know, I feel like, let's just have a disclaimer, I feel like when I say things like that on YouTube, I'm just saying things that other YouTubers say. Like I like being on YouTube because I can be completely real and honest and talk about what I actually think, what I actually feel. And I enjoy talking to a camera because I know the people that watch my videos, they're going through the same things as me, and I get so many comments from people saying, I feel the exact same way, or whatever it is. And so I don't know, it's like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm talking to people that I already know. But anything I say on YouTube, I always feel like a cliche YouTuber, and so that's why I find it hard to say things like follow me on Instagram or subscribe. Anyway, that's just how I feel. Let's get on to the questions. The first question I got was, who's your favourite YouTuber ever? I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of people. A lot of the time I kind of just look in my recommended and I just click on the videos. But 2 YouTubers that just like pop into my head straight away, I've watched both of them today already actually, and it's only 10:30. It's Kira Rose, who, whenever I've been asked, oh I'm going to sneeze. Whenever I'm asked about who my favourite YouTuber is, the whole time I've been on YouTube, it's always been Kira Rose because I love her videos. I just think that she's... I'm actually scared I'm starting to get onto stalker level because I actually messaged Kira the other day telling her how much I loved her videos. Oh my god, no. But I just think that, one, she's so real, and I can imagine if I ever met her in person, or if any of you have ever met her in person, I can imagine her being the exact same way that she is in her videos in real life. And I also love how much creativity she puts into her videos. Her videos are like art, and I can't imagine how long it takes her to film her videos and edit them, but she puts so much into her videos and so much of herself and her creativity, and it's really nice to see. The other person is Shane Dawson because he's just so funny. I actually laugh out loud when I'm by myself when I watch Shane Dawson's videos. He's another person that puts just so much work into his videos. They are like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like you're watching a YouTuber because he's just really, really good at what he does. So those 2 are the people that kind of pop up in my head. But there's so many YouTubers that I love watching, and I started to try and watch more people that do mental health videos, and I'll link some down below. I'll link YouTubers down below. That's the best way to do it because I am still kind of sleeping. How did you handle going back to college, and was it too hard to stay in class? So I went to college a few years ago to study social sciences. It was kind of like politics, sociology, psychology, all the stuff I wanted to learn about. But when I actually went back, I got really, really, really bad anxiety-wise. And so I had to leave after only 3 months because I couldn't stay in class. I felt ill every time I went to college, and although there was great people in my class, I really enjoyed what I was learning, I just wasn't able to do the college thing yet. I went back to college last year, something like that. I finished my course now, and I managed to go pretty much every single time to college. I managed to do talks in front of the class, I managed to pass all my assessments, I managed to be really open. I think a massive part of that was because I was studying counselling, and so when you're studying counselling you do things like in the morning you check in and in the afternoon you check out with the class. You tell them how you're feeling, so a lot of the time I'd say I'm feeling really anxious, I don't know whether I'll be able to stay today, and so I was always able to, first thing in the morning, everybody was able to offload and talk about how they felt, and then at the end talk about how you felt and all that kind of stuff. So I think that really helped. Also, everyone in the class knew my situation. They knew I had anxiety. They knew I might need to leave. My lecturer was very aware, and obviously everybody was studying counselling, so they were all very understanding, empathetic, and they all had their own stuff. A lot of them actually had anxiety as well. So I think that was the reason it was kind of helpful. However, I am meant to be going to uni in September next month. I'm not sure how I'll go with that. I'm kind of not talking about it too much because I don't want... it's just something that's so stressful for me right now. I think I want to go and try my best to stay in class. I want to go because the course sounds amazing and it's not too far from where I live, and I've got lots of support, but it's just quite terrifying. I don't know what's going to happen there, so I'm trying not to talk about it at the moment, but if it goes well or if it goes badly, I will talk about it on YouTube because that's what I do. The next question is, do you have any advice on coping with your friends being ahead of you? I've experienced that a lot throughout my life. I've always kind of been a little bit behind. Even when I first started getting proper anxiety, I was about 10. And even then, that's when I started to be like, I'm not at the same level my friends are at. Not academically, not socially, in the way that I am able to stay in class. So when I was 10, I started having panic attacks and I'd have to leave the classroom and go for a walk around the school. Carried on through to high school. I had a little card that I took with me, and if I needed to leave the class, I'd give that card to the teacher and say I needed to go, all that kind of stuff. And then since leaving school is when it's been really that I've noticed how far behind I am from my friends. A lot of my friends have just finished university or they're about to finish in the next year or so. And I'm kind of just starting that journey. I'm not sure if I'm going to start that journey, but that's a journey that's maybe starting soon. I don't go on nights out that my friends all go to, don't go on holidays with my friends, don't go on holiday with anybody, rarely leave the town that I live in. But I'm going to make a whole video on this, I think, actually, because I've got a lot to say on this subject and I've got a lot of experience about it. But what I will say just now is nobody is at the place that they want to be in. Everybody's always striving to do something different. Even your friend who you think has just graduated from university and is going travelling and whatever, everybody has their stuff that they're dealing with and everybody struggles. Everybody constantly has something they're striving towards. Just because yours might not be the same. Your goal might be to walk to the end of the garden by next week. Their goal might be to get on a plane to go to Portugal, whatever it is. Everybody is always striving to do something new. It doesn't matter what that is that you're striving for, that's your own personal goal, and everybody's are so different. But as long as you're kind of still have your goals, are still trying to achieve them, that's all you can really do. I'm going to make a full video on that because it's a really good question and it's something I really want to talk about properly. Next question is, what is your favourite book? My favourite book is called Dibs in Search of Self. It's a book about a play therapist and his experience of a little boy who comes to him who's got like real emotional problems. The little boy can't speak when he first comes to him and he doesn't know how he's going to kind of help the client, I guess. And the end of the book is just so amazing. It's a cover, I'll leave a link to it down below, but the cover is something that I would never pick up. It doesn't look like something I'd be into. But it's my favourite book. I absolutely love it. I read it when I was studying counselling and it was recommended by the teacher, and it's such a lovely book. The next question is, what are you going to study at uni? Again, this is if I manage to stay in uni. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how I'll feel, and I'm going to just follow what I feel is right to do when I actually start. But I'm going to hopefully study public sociology. It's the study of sociology within kind of communities and groups. Looks really interesting, looks like something I'd be very interested in. You do a lot of studies on gender and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I manage to do it, because it does sound like a perfect course for me. It sounds really interesting. The next question is, do you have trouble living alone? And if so, how do you get through it? To be honest, I don't have massive struggles with living alone. I don't get scared of people breaking in or anything like that. I actually prefer, when I'm having a panic attack or when I'm really anxious, I prefer to be by myself. I don't really like people being in my space, and I've spoken with my boyfriend, because my boyfriend's here quite a lot these days. I've spoken with him that if I'm ever having a really bad panic attack, he might need to leave, and I kind of need to calm myself down on my own, because that's kind of how I've dealt with my anxiety most of my life, has been on my own, doing it myself. But also I live like 5 minutes away from my parents, so I think while I have moved out and while I do live on my own, and I don't really see my parents very much, like I don't see them every week or anything like that. I always have in the back of my head the comfort of knowing my mum and dad's is 10 minutes away, so I mean it wouldn't take very long for me to get home and be in my parents' house with my parents looking after me and that kind of thing, so I think that really helps. Something I do struggle with is like housework and keeping on top of having a house. I've made a whole video on that I'll link down below. I've just said I'm going to link everything down below in my whole life. I'm probably going to forget, it's probably just going to be the same one that I always have. I'm going to try and link everything I've said down below. The last question is, do you find the pressure of going to university overwhelming? Yes, I think I do. It's so difficult because while I really want to go to university, I really want to do the course I'm studying, it sounds amazing, and it also sounds like something, just the whole university experience of going somewhere every day or 3 times a week, whatever it is, and sitting in classes and learning about things and reading and writing, it all sounds like something I'm like interested in, and it's something I think I want to have the university experience. I want that to be something I can tick off my list of doing, of getting a degree. That would be amazing. But my parents constantly say to me, you don't have to. Like, they both want me to try and go to university, they'd love me to succeed, but they've always said that at the end of the day, if I try and it's not for me or I'm too anxious or whatever, they will understand, and they're not going to, I mean, it's my life, they want me to do my life the way I want to do it, they want me to do what I want to do in my life, whether that's YouTube, whether that's working in a bar, whether that's getting a degree. I don't think they really mind as long as I'm doing something I love and I've given it my best shot to do other things. But even though they say that, I still think that I want to do it for them, and I want to prove to them that I can do it. I want them to be proud of me. Don't know why this is getting so emotional talking about my family, but I think a lot of the pressure I put on myself is from other people. It's kind of other people that I have pressure for, even though they aren't putting pressure on me, if that makes any sense. My parents, my boyfriend, my friends, they don't care if I go to university or not, but it's something, while I want to do it for myself, it's something that I want to do for my parents more, I think. So yeah, that's what I think about that. So that has been my first ever Q&A. I feel like I've talked for 20 minutes, yep, talked for 20 minutes, and I really don't know why I'm still half asleep. I'm not used to getting up 7 o'clock, so if I do go to university, I'm going to have to get used to that because I do not feel very awake right now. But I feel really chilled out. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe I get too much sleep, that's why I'm always so anxious. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and thanks very much to the people that have asked me questions. If you've got any more, leave them down below and I'll try and answer them. Thanks very much for watching. I've already said that. See you soon. Bye!